Happy Lunar New Year! For Asian countries that use the lunar calendar, New Year's is the biggest holiday of the year, about as big as Christmas is for the Western countries. This year, the 2-week festival kicks off on February 16th and concludes on the 26th. Each year, the date is slightly different because the lunar month is shorter than the Christian Gregorian one, which is now the global standard. In the Chinese culture, New Year's traditions revolve around ushering in the old and welcoming in the new. We house clean to get rid of last year's misfortunes, wear cool new outfits, and hang signs on the front door to welcome a new year of prosperity. We also have special foods we eat to represent our hopes for the upcoming year. Uncut noodles for long life, oranges for success, niangao or steamed rice cakes for improved social status, and dumplings for wealth and prosperity, because their wrapped shapes look like the Chinese gold ingots that were used as currency in the olden days. In recent years, dumplings have become super popular here in the US, and you can buy them almost anywhere. Costco and your local supermarkets have them in the freezer section, and there are tons of little restaurants popping up all over that make them fresh to order. The most famous one has got to be Taiwan's Din Tai Fung, which undertook a massive global expansion in the last decade. Out here in the Bay Area, there are a ton of these little hole-in-the-wall mom-and-pop shops cranking them out in the back kitchen. While Chinatown is historical. The outer Sunset is where all the new immigrants are at and where we're going to find some good dumpling shops. So let's go! It's always kind of a crapshoot with these establishments, but I found a place called Yuanbao Jiaozi, which has got stellar reviews on Yelp. Plus the name, Yuanbao, means money ingot, so it's got to be a celestial sign, right? This is a tiny little establishment, so usually there's a big long line for dining. But with COVID, they're offering frozen dumplings for takeout, which is much better than the cooked. And the beef noodle soup is also supposed to be pretty spectacular here. Okay, let's take these home to cook. The wrappers are really simple: salt, water, and flour dough. The filling is typically a seasoned ground pork that is mixed with some kind of a veggie, usually a napa cabbage. But what I like about Yuanbao Jiaozi is that it has a whole variety of very unusual fillings, like this green pepper and fish, shrimp and zucchini, pork, shrimp, chive, and egg, and chicken with shiitake mushroom. Generically, the name jiaozi refers to this kind of a crescent-shaped dumpling with the pleated seal at the top. And then, depending on how it's cooked, it's also referred to as sui jiao, or water dumplings for boiled, guo tie, meaning stuck to pan, or pot stickers for pan-fried, and zhen jiao for steamed. And we can't forget the dipping sauce. You can buy it pre-made at the store, but it's so simple to make yourself at home. The basic is 3 parts soy sauce to 2 parts Chinese black vinegar, or you can use balsamic vinegar instead. From here, you can also add minced garlic, grated ginger, chopped scallions, or chili oil to taste. Okay, let's try the pan-fried shiitake mushroom and chicken. Wow, that meat is pretty tender and it's super savory. And the shiitake mushrooms give it a really rich umami flavor. The texture of the dumpling wrapper is up to personal taste. Some people like it very thin and some people like it thicker. These ones are thicker, which I love, and they hold up really, really well to the pan frying method. This is the shrimp and zucchini. So this is little bits of briny shrimp, the zucchini, very thin rice noodles, and egg in it too. I made a little bit of a judgment error and I boiled these, and actually for something as delicate as this, where there's a lot of shredded pieces of zucchini in here, it probably would be better to use the steam method on this. But I'm gonna give it a try anyways. Yeah, so my feedback on this one is a little bit mixed. Not sure if I quite like this one or not. I'm used to this being more of a vegetarian option, and the shrimp gives it more of a briny ocean quality that I'm not quite used to. But I do love the skin, even boiled. Chewy and fabulous. I've really been looking forward to this fish and green bell pepper dumpling. Bottoms up. So yummy. That's a winner combo right there. The minced fish is salty and savory, and it goes so well with the spiciness of that bell pepper. And that steaming method works so well with the fish. It leaves the fish nice and moist and tender. The only downside to the steaming, because the skin is much thicker, I had to steam it for twice as long. And last but not least, the pork, shrimp, egg, and chives. That's pretty good. Again,
very tender meat, and you just can't beat that classic combination of chives, which gives a nice pungency to the filling. The scrambled egg is not bad in there either. It gives it a really nice, lighter and fluffier texture. All right, on to the ratings. Out of 10, I give Yuanbao Jiaozi a nice, respectable 7. The flavors are super interesting, and out of the 4 fillings that I tried, I only really dislike one. The seasoning is very well done, and the proportion of protein to veg is spot on. Despite me liking a thicker, chewier skin, the dough on this one is only about average. Thus, the lower score. A really good thick skin should have some QQ or that chewy turgidness that this one somehow lacks. This is more of a soft chewiness rather than a springy chewiness, if you know what I mean. But otherwise would totally do this again. Not half bad. Whether you get your dumplings at Yuanbao Jiaozi or at Costco, best wishes for a prosperous new year and have a happy celebration with your family. 新年快乐 and 恭喜发财!